Oh, welcome all you lords and ladies of fate. In this stream, we play all manners of tabletop RPGs for your entertainment. This is the only tabletop Twitch stream that allows you, the viewer, to control the destinies of our players. Don't at me on that. Earn fate chips just by watching, and also earn them by following, hosting, or subscribing. Spend those fate chips to buy items or heal your favorite players, make them say or do crazy things, and even force them into random encounters. Tonight, we are playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, set in the world of Edinia, a place where diametrically opposed factions vie for control of all the magic in the world. Hello, everybody. We're back after a week hiatus. Oh no, my camera is all kinds of messed up. Wonderful. That's
What did you?
that's technical difficulties right there.
Some kind of wonderful.
We
Alright.
love technical
Well,
difficulties.
As you shall receive,
Let's
Atlas.
see.
Apparently,
There's your starters.
Why can't I? Oh my
And-
goodness, this is just.
Technical difficulties.
You spent so much time worrying about everybody else's picture. You didn't even check your own.
Oh dear.
Sacrifice the DM.
Oh my goodness, what is going on?
we do love
here?
the DM.
Oh my lord.
He's okay.
What is there? Vamp, everybody, vamp. Whoa, hey, everybody, how are we doing? Does anybody want to give us? Oh, hold on, let me get down here. Let me get down into the actual frame. Hi. Does anyone want to go ahead and do a little recap while I fix this?
I did it last time, I think. So Bugsy not it.
I did it the time before that.
I've never done
Oh my goodness, you guys are gonna fight over it. This is gonna be great.
So anyway, previously on Lords and Ladies of Fate 5th edition. Yeah, I think I summed it up pretty well earlier. We got paid, and we went a shopping, and then we found ourselves in a seedy little underground area, and that is where we said to be continued.
We're gonna make so many new friends.
Oh yes, Sister Nova, said hello to literally everybody along the way.
True.
Like our party is going to be probably at least quadruple the size by the time we're on our next quest. If they keep going that way. That's what I got.
I think that's it.
Um,
So, anyways.
yeah.
It's pretty accurate.
I mean, previously, we used to be on this really super annoying island. There was these elves, but they got Thanos snapped. What else, guys?
Actually, last episode, Atlas brought up a really good point that Q decided to spoil the lusty Dragonborn for that shopkeep. Remember how you ruined the book?
You did ruin that for them.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of
Q-
good storytelling last week.
Hey, I mean, look, the lusty Dragonborn is not exactly what you would call, complicated writing. It's there's not a whole lot of plot, but there is a lot of plot. If you catch my drift. You can find it at your local gas station behind the
Oh
Mountain
yeah,
Dew.
gas station romance novels. That's exactly what we need.
My favorite. I read them while driving.
Is it like gas station sushi?
Hey, gas
Um,
station sushi's not bad.
Somehow,
I would come on this. I will fuck with gas station sushi. Like,
You guys.
I'm already
disgust
eating
me.
raw fish, so I'm okay with a certain amount of risk.
I mean, I feel like raw fish is such a delicate thing.
really, we're not eating any real fish in any of our sushi. It's all some weird fish product. So, like, it's fine.
It's fine.
Okay.
Preservatives, it's fine. It's okay.
Hey chat, look at my nails.
What a great.
Oh, hey, you know what?
They
Davey is very proud of their nails. Everyone probably should give Sister Nova some XP for such wonderful dedication to
I'm
their
sorry.
character.
Sorry.
Those nails
I've
smack-
literally told everyone under the sun about my nails, but I'm so happy with them and I'm glitching out. But it's okay because my nails, I love them.
All right.
They're great.
Let's go
nails.
ahead and
Glitching out.
get to a little bit of housekeeping here. So, apologize for missing last week, but we are back in full force. Get that XP bonus for
Boom.
Sister Nova. There we go. I'll make a note of that.
Thank you.
And
Can we call them boon?
let's go ahead. Because I was so taken aback at my camera being in the corner, I did not do our introductions. So let's go ahead and go down the line because we have changed things up a little bit. We've gone back to the old overlay because we now have the full party, so it's not an empty screen over there. So yeah, I moved everybody around a little bit. You know, it was getting tired. So to my left, your right, we have Good Devil Inc. playing Quentin, the half-elf warlock.
Indeed, junior proctologist at your service.
Yes, don't ask him where he got his license because he doesn't know. Then we have Jesse playing Halihera, the half-elf druid. It's very stoic, very stoic. Then we have Nat playing Gur, the bugbear barbarian.
Nobody told me this.
Sorry, we have Gur playing himself. And then we have Tavi, and they will be playing Sister Nova, the Aasimar paladin. That definitely doesn't have a level in anything else. Absolutely 100% paladin. And then we have Jen Washi over here playing Gray, the half-orc sorcerer, the wild magic sorcerer. So here's a couple things that I want to go over. So I want to make your wild magic Gray a little bit more interesting. So I watched a group on the interwebs, and they had a very interesting mechanic. So basically, every single time you roll for wild magic, it's going to be, your first one. If you hit a 1, you're going to get on the wild magic table. If you don't, you roll anything higher than that, you're safe. But the next time, a 1 or a 2 is going to trigger your wild magic table. If you miss that one, a 1, 2, or 3, and it's going to keep on going up until you get wild magic.
Make me a plant, baby. Bring it on. Do it.
We want a magical plant to be part of the party.
Fun enough.
He was once already.
Oddly enough, my last campaign that I was a part of was not a streamed one. It was an in-person one. And one of the players' first session got a magical seed that grew into like a piranha plant style thing, like from Mario. And that thing did so much damage that we needed that in our group. So that was fun.
So feed me, Seymour, feed me.
Feed me, Seymour, feed me, like that, but tiny, like a little, like Audrey 1, not Audrey 2. Although Audrey 1's a person, right. But hey, now we're talking about the Little Shop of Horrors, which we don't really need to do that here. Come tomorrow for our Little Shop of Horrors podcast.
How many podcasts?
Okay.
We have our guest star Rick Moranis. He'll be there. Absolutely not lying. 100%. Come to the stream tomorrow. Rick Moranis will be there. Also last bit of housekeeping, as you can see below me down over here, below the map. You guys can see it.
Just saying, if Rick Moranis showed up, I would be talking Spaceballs the entire time, not Little Shop.
We can do both. But down here in the corner, or not in the corner, but underneath the map, you see our goal. As you can see, that says 33 out of 35. That's 2. That's 2 to get that next emote, guys. So call your friends, call your family, call your estranged uncle that only comes around during holidays and makes everyone feel uncomfortable. I don't care if he makes everyone feel uncomfortable. Tell him to give us their Prime sub.
That's super
You can call-
specific.
Prime sub. I feel like you're making it like way harder. People send links, share stuff on your Facebook. Don't call anybody. It's not 19.
Look, okay, no, I need you to go to the telegraph machine. You need to go to the Western Union.
By any means necessary.
No, you know what? No, this is an emergency. Call people. Make them watch the stream.
For gold, or you just get enough gold together to be able to go to the AT&T telegraph station and send mail via the train to your friends in Wyoming or on the Oregon Trail to tell them to subscribe
Don't
to
get
our
this in
Twitch
bed.
channel.
And also, Atlas, I want to thank you for the entire time, from the time we started the D&D stream till now, for being the person who's constantly in chat telling me to move the map because you guys can't see it. I now have an additional monitor in my setup. So you no longer have to do that because right here, big and bold, is the screen I use for the map. So I don't need to even think about it. I could just whoa.
More monitors, more monitors,
Yes,
more monitors.
yes. Yes. Okay, anyway. So, we...
Google Drive.
That was... Tavy, you missed the Google Drive, but it's an inside joke.
Google
It's
Drive?
an inside joke. I used to put all of the information for the players on a Google Drive, and no one was able to... no one wanted to figure out how to access it. It's super easy to access it. You click the link. And every week it was like, where is that? How do I get that? How do I get this? It's on the Google Drive. It's on the Google Drive. And that's now what they parrot back to me. This is what I have to put up with all the time. They're like, is it on the Google Drive? Anyway,
Yeah.
so we...
You know where he got that joke from?
Yeah, I got it from the Google Drive. Okay, well... We had a wonderful session 2 weeks ago. We woke up in the tavern. From there, went to the underground, the magical underground of the city here, and you also were met beforehand by Shortbeard, who told you at noon to make sure that you all were outside of the church, in order to get to the bottom of what it is that you all have been tasked with next. But I believe we left off in like the magical like curiosities shop, like little like bits and bobs. Gray was throwing things around looking for a specific item that he could not find. I believe Quentin...
I was in the restricted section.
Mm-hmm, you absolutely were. And that's actually where we were going to pick up. You wanted to look at some literature that was not approved, basically. I believe you and Holly Harrow were both in the same like general area. Holly Harrow had been pointed towards an astronomy/astrology book. So that's the store we're going to start off in, and
we're sticking to it.
Yes. So we're gonna pick back up there. So you all, Sister Nova, you find yourself in the book section. You're looking around. You see all these old, dusty tomes. Some of them look like they haven't been touched since they were placed on the shelf here.
And these are all like old paladin journals from my church.
These are not. You actually let me see something here. All right. So you're looking through all of these books. They all seem to be like actual like books of all varying different topics. But you do see a couple of old dusty journals. So you know that when a paladin of your church has finished their adventuring, their journeying, they take their life experience and their journal that they've been keeping and they stash it away in the Library of Midnight. And for a journal to not end up in the library, it's basically one thing happens. Somebody dies in the field and no one was able to recover their body, or they did recover their body and they weren't able to find any personal effects, or the journal just wasn't there. So it's not uncommon that some of these might be out in the world, but you do see 3 of them, which is kind of odd.
It's Sister Nova. This kind of breaks Sister Nova's heart a little because in the church they don't really have like a real afterlife. Their afterlife is like the memory of is their journal, right? And they live on forever through the education that they give to others from the journal. So Sister Nova's looking down at these journals written that were just lost, and she picks them up and she wants to read through them, but she's not sure if she's allowed.
You look over your shoulder kind of, and you look at the shopkeeper, and the shopkeeper has their eyes trained directly on you. Like they're watching you because there are a lot of valuable books there, because this is the restricted books you can't just go to a bookstore and buy. So the right buyer comes along, they'll pay almost anything for some of these books over here. So he's definitely protecting them by keeping an eye on you.
So the thing is, okay, sister, if these journals are in the restricted area, then that means that there's something that these paladins discovered that shouldn't be seen.
It could. Mm-hmm. In theory, it very well could. It could also just be, your average run-of-the-mill, paladin just died out in the field, and they had basic normal knowledge that most other paladins find throughout the course of their lives. But there is there's a decent chance that there is something in there, at least in your mind, you're thinking that through, like, oh, there definitely could be something in here that people shouldn't see.
Sister Nova wants to read the last entry in one of these journals, or maybe all of them if she can do without getting in too much trouble. But she would like to skip to the end to see what the last entry was.
Okay, perfect. So, you, where's my note cards here? Here they are. So you go ahead and you pick one of them at random and you start leafing through it, and your suspicions are confirmed. This is absolutely a paladin's journal. You flip all the way to the end. It's not the end. It's more like halfway between the middle and the end. And you see where the last journal entry is. And it says, today we end up in the Kadar Desert, where we shall finally enter one of the oldest temples in Edinia. I don't know what we will find, but I'm very excited. We've been trying to enter this temple for centuries, it feels, but today is the day that I get to enter. I will be the first paladin to step foot in here. I feel that there will be many others to come as we study what is in this temple, but I will write more as more information becomes available. And unfortunately, that is the last entry in that journal, so leads you to believe... Oh, go ahead.
Is it dated? How long ago was
dated.
this?
It is dated for about 30 years ago. So this is an old journal.
Oh,
And he wasn't specific in the writing as to which temple it is. So the Kadar Desert is. Let's go ahead and take a look. If you want to look on the stream, I will go ahead and kind of show this here on the map. So there's a desert continent. It's called the Kadar Desert. And this is where most of the Dragonborns are from. They come from this area, and there are a lot of old temples here. Some of them locked, some of them not. Some of them have been explored. Others have been lost to time. So you know through your teachings that this place is rife with all kinds of magical places, but they haven't all been explored. So there's no telling exactly which temple he was referencing there. You could probably eliminate the ones that have been known to be explored, but other than that,
Well, Sister Nova scoops up the 3 journals, and she puts them on the counter and asks, "How much for these journals?"
Shopkeep kind of looks at you and goes, "You're a paladin?
Yes.
What do you plan on doing with these?"
Why?
Well, let's just say if anyone at the church found out that somebody had these, they'd be a little upset.
Well, if someone at the church returned them discreetly, they wouldn't even notice.
Roll a persuasion.
Sister Nova's being uncharacteristically savvy.
Being very
But-
bold.
Yeah.
He kind of looks at you and goes, "Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna cost you if you want those. Those are very good pieces of my collection. There've been a few people. These aren't the only journals that I've had here."
Do you have no dignity? Do you know what these mean to our faith? This is our afterlife. Do you have any idea how sacred these artifacts are?
Do me a favor
Like-
and roll me an intimidation.
Damn it.
Do you have inspiration? Because you could use your inspiration if you have it.
Oh, I do have inspiration.
Yeah, the 19 will be enough, and kind of goes, "That's the same thing my wife said before she left me."
Oh no.
Oh,
Dun, dun,
look,
dun.
maybe you're right. Maybe I haven't been the most maybe I just haven't. Oh, okay. Listen. 241 gold, and you can take all 3 of them.
Thank you. So that's
And the gold should be right above your items. Yep.
yeah, I had like 495, and I'm just trying to figure out how much I have left.
Oh yeah, I had to give you like a weird number, didn't I?
Yeah.
I was like, I know I want it to be a 3-digit number, so it's 3. Let's roll some dice. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so
It's
much.
just- Please do me a favor. Don't tell anybody you got them here. I mean,
well, I understand you've got to make a living, and I understand this is very precious cargo, but like, please know that the paladin journals of this church are of immense religious value. They're sacred. They are sacred. But like I fully understand that, you've got a shop to keep and you might not like the church, and that's fully within your right to not like the church. But these are sacred. Please do not sell paladin journals.
And he says, all right. I'll remember that. So
Thank
at
you.
that, he kind of like sheepishly kind of turns away from you and looks in Holly Harris' direction and goes, hey, there, you finding everything you're looking for? Are you gonna make me question my life too?
I already purchased the book
Oh,
that I
that's right.
wanted,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
I'm just standing in the corner reading. I got no idea what you're talking about, dude. Tav, you almost done? I mean, Sister Nova, you almost done?
Yeah, I put the journals in my messenger bag.
All right.
Yeah, I'm done. She's like kind of sad. Because these are paladins that have gone unremembered. And it's just really sad.
Yeah, I guess because you would be following Holly, absolutely. So, the shopkeep kind of looks at you and looks back at Holly Hera and says, "Hey, is he with you? Does he need anything?"
I pick up a book, I lick it, I put it back on the shelf. They don't even taste good.
He goes, "Okay, listen, I'm gonna have to look. You all are starting to become a lot more trouble than you're worth. I'm gonna have to ask you all to please leave. Now I have to question my life choices and clean bugbear saliva out of this book. So please go to any other shop. Bye."
We'll leave, but it's not because you're asking. I don't like you. Gerd doesn't like you. And in my opinion, he just made that book more
You
valuable.
missed a perfect
Let's go,
opportunity to be
Gerd.
like, he doesn't like you either.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Well, thank you. I'm not sure if I want to be your friend. But yeah, thank you. Please don't sell paladin journals.
We figured out what it takes for Sister
Or
Nova to not want
else.
to be your friend. Poop on her religion.
And Sister Nova genuinely distraught by this.
Yeah, she's like, no, but it's not even like, because she doesn't mind people like not liking her religion, but like this is like a massive blasphemous act.
You see as you both the three of you are leaving the store, you look back and you notice the shopkeep has pulled a little picture out of his pocket, and you can only assume it's a picture of his ex-wife, and he just starts weeping. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." And yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm gonna make you feel shit today. Then,
What?
huh?
I don't care about this man.
What's his
He can
What's
be
his
sad.
name? What's his name? That's a good question. What is his name?
Someone in the chat redeemed a name,
Did they?
a random name. Uh huh.
What
I don't
was
know who
it?
did it.
What was it?
Someone did it. It looked like it says McBurger and Fry Guy.
Oh, pff. His name is Guy McBurger.
Wait, didn't you redeem
He
that
absolutely
name?
did. He absolutely did.
You know what?
That's not me.
I'm writing that down so I don't forget it because I have a feeling that's going to come back at some point. McBurger.
I didn't.
Okay.
But honestly, we should ask what this guy's name should be, because I feel like he's essentially got like a place in my memory forever after that sad story of life in the picture. So I would really like the chat to name him if we can, and maybe put him into our like canon lore.
All right.
Watch him be the big bad.
Oh, I think you guys are going to be surprised. Did I? Am I saying too much? Let's cut back to the other store, the little bits and bobs kind of shop there, and we've got Gray and Quentin there. Gray's still kind of looking for something, and then the shopkeep looks up from their book and looks at you and goes, "Excuse me, I'm going to have to ask you to stop making a mess of everything," and then looks back down at their book.
My retort will be, "Excuse you, I'm going to have to ask you to have some form of organization here so I don't have to rip your entire shop apart to find one item."
The shopkeep goes, closes the book, sets it down, and goes, "If I help you, will you stop making a mess? What are you looking
Yes.
for?"
I forgot what I'm looking for. It's like seeing eyeglass of some sort.
That's exactly what you were looking for.
Okay. That. Was that me to see? Was that for me to see through people's lies? Is that what it was? Was it a truth-telling like eyeglass?
I believe
Eyeglass?
that's what you're specifically looking for.
Okay.
Yeah. Shopkeep goes.
I'm looking.
The shopkeep goes. Oh, you came just too late. Someone bought that maybe 20 minutes before you walked in. Sorry.
But who?
Oh, I don't
What-
know. We
what-
don't keep records for obvious reasons.
20 minutes, sir. I'm asking you. What do you recall? Did your head lift from the thing you were doing once the entire time the person was in here, or?
I'm gonna have to ask you to stop questioning. It's not the time or place.
This is exactly the time.
No, this is a place to buy things, and right now the shop is open, so it is the time to buy things. Do you wish to?
I'm going to buy a station. Can I buy a vowel?
Let's see
What's it going to take to remember what's going on with this?
That's exactly what the shopkeep does. The shopkeep goes, "I guess if you make it worth my while."
Sniffler?
Sniffler pops up and goes, "Wah, wah,
Can you give me 5 gold?
wah, wah, wah," dives back into your pockets, and you feel him rummaging around, and he just, wah, wah. He doesn't even come back up. You hear the fing, and the coin just flings out of your pocket.
I catch it and I go, "Does this ring a bell?" And I flick it over to him, Joker style.
He catches it and goes, looks down at it. "I'm sorry, for 5 gold, I can't remember anything.
Oh my god.
Let me see exactly what it's going to take for them to..."
This?
Okay.
Sniffler.
Pops back up.
Can you just give me 10 more gold? This is it. 10 more. Do you have 10? Do you have 2 coins? Can you flip me 2 coins?
Swamp. Dives back in. Fing.
Toss them over. Please tell me this is enough. Oh,
Goes, "I think it was a gnome. It's probably why I didn't see him."
I think it was a no.
Yeah.
Okay. A gnome. You think it was a gnome? So you genuinely didn't see this person?
She goes, "I don't know." Just keeps looking at his hand with the 15 gold in it.
All right. Sniffler.
Wah.
5 more gold, please.
Ding.
Hey, I just smack it in the air. This is all I got. This is it. I need the information and move on with my day. Please tell me you know more than "I didn't see them. I think it was a gnome."
Goes, puts the gold in their pocket and goes, no, I legitimately didn't see them. Somebody walked up to the counter too short, threw the glass up on the counter and the gold for it, took it and walked out. It was either a dwarf or a gnome, but
Markings on the person's hand? Were there rings, tattoos,
no.
hair color, skin
No.
color, bracelets, shirt
No.
type? Was it
I think he had a pointy hat.
pointy hat?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you've been absolutely no help. I don't appreciate you, and then I'll see.
Thank you for
But,
your
yeah.
business.
Nope. Don't thank me for anything. Hey guys, Meta Hat. My cat just walked all over my phone in the chat, and this is what it said. This is what she
Tyson
typed.
over, please. Tell me this is enough.
This is what her little kitty cat toe beans typed into my phone.
Is your cat's name Tyson?
Yeah,
Oh,
Chopsticks Tyson.
Chopsticks Tyson.
Chopsticks Tyson Niles.
if I could try something, and if it's too late, it's too late. You can tell me. But as Gray's, potentially, saying his last words to the shopkeep and about to walk out, I'm actually gonna just kind of wave underneath my cloak the wand of scowls at him, because I want him to just have a mean mug face, so maybe he can intimidate the guy into giving him more information. He is half orc after all.
Sure. Yeah. So go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand with advantage, since you are doing it deliberately under your cloak.
Sleight of this is gonna be bad.
Hey, 14. 14 is going to be enough. That's perfectly fine. You're good. So you use the wand of scowls, and it hits Gray kind of in the back, and you just instantly have the urge to just have this awful scowl on your face. There you go. Go ahead and roll, Gray. Go ahead and roll an intimidation with advantage.
Yeah, go ahead and roll intimidation with advantage.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, I forgot. I forgot.
I'm phone only today. Sorry, I can't roll anymore.
It's fine. It's fine. We're all. It's technical.
Character sheet showing the stream.
Intimidation.
What?
Oops. There we go. So yeah, he kind of looks at you and goes, "Oh, look, okay, fine. It's a gnome. He comes in here pretty often, buys random items. I don't know exactly where he lives or anything, but I do know that he's usually around the streets here early in the day and then later in the day. He comes around, he does shopping at the shops early, he goes somewhere else for the afternoon, and then he comes back right around closing time for the shops."
That's really all
That's-
that you know? This guy shops frequently. Keep any records?
He looks.
Great,
he
great,
looks
great,
at.
great.
He looks at you and
buddy.
just goes, "Look,
You're,
look. There's a little bit of an air of being discreet here in the underground. We don't ask a lot of questions, quite frankly, and the fact that you're here asking a lot of questions makes me feel very uncomfortable. And that
I think the fact that I'm pouring over you and, probably 3 times your size should make you uncomfortable. And why don't you kindly and discreetly give me back my 20 gold, you piece of shit?
he goes. He looks at you. Let's see how brave.
I successfully rolled an intimidation check. Let me have
How brave is he gonna be? Oh, he reaches into his pocket and says, "Here, just take the gold and leave. Don't tell anybody I told you anything. I have a reputation to keep here."
Yeah, tough guy. I'll make sure. Sniffler. And I toss my gold up, and Sniffler comes out. He goes.
He literally does this like dive out of your pocket and catches all the gold in midair, does a somersault, and then dives back into your cloak, going wah.
I love my Sniffler.
Hey, 2 more subs and you'll get a Sniffler emote. That's a promise.
We need a Sniffler emote.
That's 2. All right. So, you all you all are kind of leaving your prospective shops that you were in kind of at the same time. They were both across from each other, so you kind of all see each other leaving and walking into the middle of the street. It's close to midday at this point. It's probably around 11, a little after 11 at this point.
Oh shit. We need to be at the temple at noon.
Yeah, we better go.
But did we need to go to the other shops first, or?
No, we don't have time, do we? I thought
You guys probably don't have time, but I mean, based on the conversation, Gray, you had with the shopkeep, you know that the shops don't close until later on in the day. So you could always come back. And then there's also the normal, regular shops in the city proper. You won't find any magic items, but you could still find other stuff there.
And Gray, not to mention that guy did tell you that little dwarf or the dwarf dude comes back on your closing every night. So if you want to ambush the guy, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm also down. I think the people down here suck.
Yeah.
Oh, and Alice makes a great point. We still got to come back for our magic licenses.
Let me just hold on. Can I meta hat real quick to like the team? Let me get this straight. We are a bunch of magic wielding outlaws. We found what could possibly be sanctuary inside of a city in which we are like essentially completely unaccepted and fear for our lives and freedom at all times. And we're gonna come and make enemies here. That's
the idea.
Yes.
You gotta have something to fight.
I fuck it, man. Like I'm with it. I just wanted to make sure I was.
I mean, we could fight
I don't like it here.
everyone. I don't mind because I have my bestest friends in the whole world. And Sister Nova has for the first time found people that she doesn't like.
Hell yeah! All right, let's make enemies of our supposed to be allies. Also, Atlas just gave us important information. We have to come back for our licenses at twilight. If you don't remember, our homie Prongle hooked us up with some licenses.
I love Prongle.
Yeah, Pringle's
Prongle.
great, isn't he? This is a hill
Pringle
I
Prongle.
will die on.
You'll die saying Prongle. That's
I
for
don't
sure.
know.
You already said it. Look.
The
Yeah,
king
you
into the
did. You
Google
died on the
Drive
hell
says
last
Prongle.
I think you're dead, and you just give it Prongle and Frank.
Because it's been 2 weeks, I might not have their voices down 100% from last time, but I definitely have their names written down, at least. Okay,
And
it's definitely
Prongle.
Pringle. Okay, so yeah, that's basically where you guys are all at. You guys are sitting here in the middle of the street discussing your next moves. I take it that means you all started to want to head your ways out towards the church.
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose so.
Yeah. I guess on the way there, Sister Nova would ask for guidance from her friends because she's not sure what would happen if she brought these books back to the temple.
Sure, yeah. If you guys wanna have that conversation as you're walking, please, by all means.
So she kind of says in like a whisper. She's like, "Hey, so I found these books, and they're journals from paladins who came before, and they weren't remembered. Their books were lost or stolen or something, and their stories were never returned to the temple or their home temple. And I don't know what to do with them, because if I return them, they might get put in the restricted section, and I don't know how I feel about that. Because they were in the restricted section in the bookshop. But if I don't return them, that's kind of blasphemous. And I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I have a question.
What's the question?
Outside of what anyone else would think, what do you think? What does your heart tell you to do?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much of a heretic do you want to be?
I don't know, because
Have you met her?
met who?
I was talking to our boy Q.
Oh, sorry. I feel like I should read them first and see if they would be put in the restricted section.
Well, how long are we talking to read them? Because last I checked, and I'm not excited about this, but we are due at the temple and Quentin looks at the sun. Oh, about a little less than an hour.
Well, I'm gonna meta hat. At the temple, am I staying in like a dorm with people, or do I have my own bedroom?
I would imagine in your early stay at the church, they probably did put you in the dormitories, but the more and more the church started leaning on you as the chosen one, they kept giving you more niceties. So you ended up with your own room. It's nicer than most people's rooms there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, if you guys can buy me some time, I could go to my room and quickly try and read them. Because I have a background feature that lets me read books very quickly. But
And I'm fine doing that. I don't know if you want to. Don't risk being late to the thing.
Oh,
So
you're going to the same place.
yeah.
yeah, I just if you guys could occupy the Holy Eclipser, I would very much appreciate that. But I understand if you'd rather not. Sorry, this is like the first genuinely really hard choice Sister Nova's ever had to make.
I like it.
Yeah.
Right. I love making the players have to make hard choices. This is good. It's good. It's good to have to struggle with a choice, a decision.
Yeah.
Builds character.
Wah, wah,
Hey.
wah. All right. So, yeah. So you're all are walking. You exit the old decrepit bar that housed the entrance to the secret underground. You make your way outside and you walk by the Olive Garden and you hear the sweet old lady at the Olive Garden going, come on down and get yourself a basket, and because when you're here your family, come on, get your olives at the Olive Garden. Oh, I'm so sorry, Atlas. You leave the salty clam and get bombarded by calls to be family with the Olive Garden. So it's a little bit of a walk to get to the church. It's more centralized in the city, where this was off to the outskirts. So it takes you a little while to get there. By the time you get there, you've got about a good 15 minutes. You're a little bit early.
All right, sister, run and read.
Okay,
Sweet.
thank you. I sort of I bow to them and I say, oh, there should be like a general area in the main temple building. There should be some clerics and they'll ask you how you are and stuff. I'm just saying this as I'm like running up the steps to the temple. Like
We're good. Don't worry. Figure it out.
Thank you.
Perfect. So, Sister Nova, you hustle up the stairs. You throw open the temple doors and you just start making a beeline for your quarters. You're not quite paying. Actually, go ahead, roll me a perception check. This is going to be since you're rushing at a disadvantage.
Okay. Can I should I do a stealth check?
Are you
as well?
are you trying to be stealthy?
I'm trying to not be seen.
But also fast as fuck.
Yeah, like very much.
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
She doesn't want someone to stop her.
Well, you've got good perception for what's going on right now, so go ahead and give me a stealth check. Jeez, look at you with those 23s. Yeah, you bust through. You know the perfect path to take that leads you in and around. And oh my goodness, we'll get right back to that in a second. We got the 2 tier 1 gift subs for the lords and ladies right there. Thank you so much, Stoned NPC.
Thank you.
That is that's our goal right there. As you can see down there, I have to remember which way I point. Down there below the map, we've just reached our goal, which means we've got to get somebody to make an emote.
Yeah!
It's Sniffler time, everybody.
Oh yeah.
Sniffler.
Hey, somebody,
Go and get
somebody give Stoned NPC a bunch of fate chips in the chat there. Throw a bunch his way. I'm feeling generous. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's
Woohoo.
500 fate chips. That's what you get when you gift sub. Spread the love, everybody. So yeah, you know the exact path to take, the right staircase, the exact place that's going to keep you out of sight of the clerics in the lobby area, and keep you away from like heavily traveled paths. To get to your quarters pretty quickly, easily, and stealthily. At that, we are going to cut back to outside, where you all find yourselves, outside of this gorgeous, beautiful, Gothic-style looking temple here, church, as your backdrop. And you've got about like 10, 15 minutes left to waste while you're waiting for Shortbeard.
And he's a little low to the ground, which means it's going to be more like 30 minutes before he gets here.
I think we should just wait outside. I don't know if we can even.
Yeah, I'd like to just look around to see if there's anything, Quentin, we consider a worthwhile distraction.
Hey, roll a perception check. Let's see if you see anything.
Oh.
You think I would know where it is by now.
Hey, you're looking around. You don't see a whole lot, but you look off in the distance, and so we're gonna get a little backstory in here. So you see these 2 kids, and they're playing a game in the street that you, when you were younger, and another a member of the order who was around the same age as you would play when you were, permitted to have some free time, which, as you remember, wasn't very often. And your friend's a loose term. It's the person that you were, around the most. But they're just rolling dice in the street and then taking turns punching each other. You remember this game very, very well. You roll the dice, you punch. You roll the dice, the next person rolls the dice, they punch.
All right, I'm going to run over to the group and immediately pick up the die and be like, oh my God, I used to be so good at this, and roll the die.
Roll 2d6.
Are you gonna punch some children? Is that what's happening?
It just might happen. S-
Punch a child.
to choose which one of the two children to punch.
He's gonna punch.
Outside a temple?
I'll punch a smaller one.
The smaller
really
one.
cements.
Go ahead and
Or
you're playing a game, so go ahead and roll a d4.
Armand,
What? I know
the
because
stream
of
is
you,
ruined.
but I wasn't gonna say anything. I'm fixing it now.
Okay.
I blame Armand.
You do 2 damage to this child, and he goes flying backwards. He's like, ah!
I'm the champion, and I'm immediately gonna pick up those dice and hand them to that kid I just hit. Now your turn.
All right, the kid is going to. He looks at you. He rolled an 8. He looks at you and goes, "I hope you're ready, mister." And he pulls
bring it
back
on.
with the most furious force that a child this size could ever have. And he just plows you one right in the inner thigh. It missed by like that much. And it kind of stung a little bit.
Regardless of how much or how little it hurts, I'm gonna make believe that it is the most painful thing I have ever endured. Ah, God! Oh man! It seems my crown has been taken. Oh, good day, sir.
Aww.
And I'm gonna start limping back towards
The little kid
really
goes,
sell it.
Thanks, mister. You made one kid's day and ruined another's.
Does that mean
Yeah,
it washed
it's like
out?
he did nothing today.
Wait,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly. He could have woken
Okay.
up and gone right back
Right.
to bed. Same effect.
I mean, that's kind of like, most of his days. So
Yeah. All right. Go.
his character days.
Just teaching the future generation to enjoy the chaos, y'all.
We stand chaos.
Yes.
Yes, the bed of chaos.
Balance is when you punch one kid and the other kid laughs.
Chaos
That-
is when you punch one kid, the other kid laughs, punches you, and you limp off. That's
Yeah, that's how it's. Instant karma. Everything
Mhm.
is right in the universe.
Well, you gave me 15 minutes to kill. So,
as
so ergo, the warlock punched the baby. That's 1 out of 3 on my quota, by the way.
you did say you needed to up your baby punching quotient.
I did warn you. This
God.
was coming.
Let's be real though. It was not a baby, and he was playing a game, and you followed the rules of the game, however ridiculous the rules of the game that I just made up on the spot was.
Yeah, babies are equal to adults. Yeah, man, I get it. Yeah, totally. You just did what the baby told you to do, dude. Like, it's not
The rules
you.
of the game.
It's the baby's
If he didn't
fault,
want to,
really,
if he
if you
didn't want to
think
get
about
hurt, he shouldn't have been playing the game. Let's be real.
it. That's super how things work with
Yeah.
children.
It's let's blame the child instead of the adult.
Yeah. It's always.
You know what?
Look. If
Oh,
if a
I'm
toddler
so-
steals the
That's-
keys to their parents' car, and then goes driving around and gets into an accident, you absolutely blame the child. That child should not have done that. How dare you, child? No, just kidding.
Yeah, not the fucking kid, not the kid's parents for leaving the keys like in the crib next to them. Definitely not them.
Or like,
But the
blatant
baby likes the
neglect.
jingle jangle. Likes the jingle jangle.
Oh, I mean, what do we expect though? Like, Q is an of like chaos and torment, like, right? Like his character's done nothing but like try to thieve from his own group of friends. Like,
Oh, who the fuck is talking?
no, listen. I take
Who
little.
the
You
fuck
take
is
our
talking?
whole.
Only
You
goes
took
for the deep
your
in this.
characters took
Okay.
Here we fucking go.
he took from underneath us the entire purpose of our mission. Yeah, I stole your fucking weird pocket wine. Like I didn't do anything that
Weird
bad.
pocket wine.
Let's just say
With
it's the only
mushrooms and all
thing you were successful at stealing.
I also stole your dignity by tying your shoes without you knowing. So.
All right. Anyway, so you guys, you're all standing there, minus Sister Nova, of course, and you hear.
Wait, was this all? Did we just do
Sure,
that
yeah.
again?
I imagined you all were 100% arguing in character, is what I assumed.
Oh no.
Oh dear. Oh, I got a 23 perception check before I ran up the stairs.
Yes, I was doing the perception to see if you were going to end up running into someone specific, but the stealth on the other side of that was so good that you didn't even come close to them at all.
Okay, so I didn't see
you definitely
anyone or
you saw
anything.
pretty much everybody. You snuck past you snuck past a bunch of clerics. You snuck past the Holy Eclipse. You snuck past a bunch of other paladins. You're feeling pretty good about that. So from that, you got you all outside. You hear "Nar, you lot stick out like a sore thumb. I could spot you from a mile back. You guys, I told you to keep a low profile. Come on." Hey,
Is this Shortbeard?
hey,
Quick
sure.
question, real quick, bud. Do you know any gnomes?
I've been gnome to gnome a few gnomes, if you know what I mean.
First of all, fuck you for that. Second of all, talk to me more about these gnomes.
we can discuss the general lives of gnomes later if you wish, but for right now we have some important business to discuss. We need to do it quietly. Come follow me down this alleyway. We must be very, very discreet.
Hey, Q. Should we follow him? Should we follow? I'm gonna whisper to Q. Should we follow? Should we follow this guy down this alley?
I'm just gonna, and Q's just gonna walk past Gray, following Graybeard, and shoulder bumping him along the way.
Okay. Fuck it. Daddy says we gotta go.
Who made Q Daddy?
Dude, I literally still can't even actually be mean to him. Like, I don't know, the meta. Like, he's got, whom's name I cannot speak and which experience I cannot speak of, keeping me under control so that me and Q are best buds. But also, I feel like me and Q are just becoming best buds.
We do have a couple of redemptions here. Stoned NPC would love to be a necklace or charm that gives you luck, incorporating penny into the name.
Cool.
Stoned, don't fret if that does not pop in tonight's stream. I have an idea for this, and I really want to make it. I want to make it special. So I'm gonna make sure that I've got the information written down here for that.
Sweet. Yeah.
Perfect. And then was there something else I saw? We got the attempted glitch here. Perfect. Stoned, you need to do after the exclamation point, you need to put the word redeem, then space, and then the item you're trying to redeem. So you would do exclamation point, redeem, one word, and then space, glitch, and that'll redeem the glitch. I know it seems a little complicated, but once you do it once, it kind of makes sense. But anyway, we'll get back to it. So, does everybody follow?
Yes, I do.
Sure.
Oh,
The first
Yes.
sure.
entire
So
stream.
that's what we
Sure.
do. So the four of you all follow behind. Oh, Jack Hemlock, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Dust off those shoes. Put your feet up. Watch some wonderful role play. This is gonna be fun. Thanks for joining. Make sure you check out the Discord if anyone could drop that in there. That's where we disseminate a bunch of information, and also we have the redemption system here where we let you control our fate as the lords and ladies of fate you are. Just stick around, watch, have fun. Yeah, please make
make Q say dumb shit.
Yes. Strange. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yes, the big ears. You all walk into the four of you walk into the alleyway behind Shortbeard, and he gets far down into the alleyway and turns around and goes, "We have some very serious things to discuss. So first and foremost, we're tasked with going to a temple in the desert."
Oh shit.
Oh,
He goes, the king has heard rumors of a temple that has been unlocked, and it's wreaking magical havoc. We need to go figure out what's going on here. There's no specific item we are to bring, just anything of magical import, and 1,000 gold apiece, pretty much, for the pay. Again, he liked our work. He's going to keep giving us money as long as we keep doing a good job by him. Now, more importantly, though, I cannot find Nargrax. He was supposed to meet me. He was supposed to meet me after I met with you all in the itchy octopus.
hold on. Nothing.
So basically, I am going to stay here and try to get to the bottom of what's going on. I'm going to look for Nargrax. It's not like him to just up and disappear like that. But I feel you all are more than capable. Where's that, the chosen one? Wasn't...
She had some bad clams, I think.
I thought you chose all of us.
Stomach troubles.
Those were oysters.
Oysters. Shellfish. Mm.
I have a quick medical. No one else heard Narnar's
Yeah,
message to
literally,
me, right?
you
That
were
was
the
just
only
straight up to
person
me.
who heard that.
And back my wildly informative and complicated message to him that was not repetitive in any way, shape, or form. And I got back, right?
Gur, you have a skill bonus.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks, Don't NPC.
Guys, when are we leaving?
Yeah, short
I hate
beard
to
goes.
hear- gotta go.
There's a caravan that's going as far as Honeydew. Now, Honeydew is now. Go ahead.
I like honeydews.
Everybody can roll me. Everyone can roll me a. I guess this would be what history. I guess you could. Except for Gray. Gray, you don't need to roll a history check because this Honeydew is the place that you came from. This is the town that you lived in servitude and unjustly and escaped by help of your papa.
My papa. How fitting that I said more like honey don't, huh? That was about to happen, you know? I didn't name that town. You named it.
And Shortbeard goes, oh, go ahead.
I wouldn't
Correct.
I wouldn't
Yep.
roll
Mhm.
because I'm not there, right? Yeah.
So, pretty much everybody here, even Gurr, knows that this is the town. It's technically part of the Venn Triumvirate, but it is right on the outskirts. It's right there before you get to the wastes of the Outlands, before you get to the desert, basically where all the unsavory monsters and goblins and orcs and stuff where they come from. This town is like the last stop before you exit civilization. But Shortbeard goes, yeah, Shortbeard goes,
Let's go that way.
There's a caravan that leaves tomorrow evening. And it stops in Honeydew. And from there, it'll you'll have to make your own way. But yes. Let's see. Who does he want to give this to? There's 4 of you here. Looks at Holly Hera and goes, I'm going to give you this map, and hands you a map of the Kadhar Desert. And about
Map of desert.
halfway south between the oasis and the southern tip, there is an X, and it's circled. And he goes, "All right, that'd be the temple."
It looks like an X.
Shortbeard kind of chuckles and goes, I never grow tired of this one over here. He's a hoot."
He's a hoot.
This pirate's also a grandfather. That's cool.
Hey, I say hoot all the time. What are you
Pirate.
trying to say about me? Hey, shush. Yeah,
What are you saying about you is the question.
So he goes, the caravan will be outside the city gates, leaving right at sundown tomorrow. I've told them to
Tomorrow,
expect
sundown.
you.
Gates. Got it.
No charge for traveling with the caravan. The caravans love having adventuring parties with them for safety, so I'm going to go ahead and continue my search for Nargrax. Wish me luck, because...
Well, so you before you go, sure, Beard, what's it worth to you to find where Nargrax is?
He goes, well, he's one of my closest companions.
Oh, I'm glad you guys are besties. That's not what I asked you.
So are you trying
What's it
to
worth to you?
shake me down?
That's a-
Are you really think you're gonna go ahead and roll
I'm saying I could give you. I could at least try to point you in the right direction. But if his life doesn't mean that much to you. He's probably bleeding out in the gutter somewhere. But that's cool. I'll just go on my merry way. Wanted to
go ahead and roll
do more
perception.
shopping anyhow.
not perception, I'm sorry, persuasion. The other P word.
Persuasion.
No, not that.
Parsec.
Okay. So, let's see. Jack Hemlock also said,
Pimp.
They saw hey, they came here from Facebook. So hey, thanks for coming from Facebook. Much appreciated. And hey, you know what? That's really, we really appreciate you trying to figure out the Prime sub stuff. You absolutely 100% do not need to give us your money, but I will say, if you're not doing anything with that
Give us your
Prime
money.
sub, well, it's not gonna hurt. You've already paid for it. You paid for it when you got your Prime,
David.
so you might as well at that point. So at that, we are going to go ahead and take our halftime break. So if anyone needs to go ahead and use the bathroom, anything like that, go right ahead. I actually have not been drinking a lot of liquids, so I do not need to. Virtual cam? No, I want to do this. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and take the lead here on the break, Nat, if you need to go ahead and get a drink or do anything like that. And yeah, so hey, Jack Hemlock, thank you for that sub with Prime. I was literally just talking about it. That's so fantastic. That's great. Thank you so very much. That brings us one step closer to our next tier, which we'll figure out what that is later. Yeah, I'm so very happy that that you all have found us and are having a good time. First and foremost. So let's go ahead and do the general housekeeping stuff. This is where one of us usually shoots the shit about whatever it is we have going on. So right now, what do we have going on? We have a few more streams coming your way. We have Star Trek. Star Trek starts this Monday. That is right, this Monday. We are going to be going out to where no man has gone before. We're gonna figure out the stuff. We're gonna keep the Prime Directive. We're gonna uphold that first and foremost. And we're gonna get into some sort of crazy. The Borg might be there. I can't say. I'm not the game manager for that one. So, yeah. But I'm very, very excited. I will be playing the Captain. Captain. What's his name? Captain. Roland Sykes. Captain Roland Sykes of the USS. I don't think we named the ship yet. But hey, it is what it is. That's cool. I've not been on Twitch in over a year. Well, hey, I am glad that you dusted off the old Twitch box. We love having people here. It's great. It's better with you than it is without you. That's for sure. And I'm glad you bought your Star Trek books because it's not going to be like these streams. It's not going to be goofy. There's going to be no what was the term that was used? I don't remember. Anyway, there's going to be a lot of techno babble. Just good techno babble. But yeah, that's it is going to be a little bit more serious. The tomfoolery, yeah, not so much on the tomfoolery. Heckin' serious is probably close to what I'm looking at here. But it's going to be a couple of us that you've seen before and some brand new faces. So we're going to be adding some new faces into the pool of talent that we have here on the Lords and Ladies. We also have Aliens is getting closer than ever before. I know we have been talking about Aliens since I'm pretty sure October 2020. But that being said, we actually have been making some strides in the past couple of weeks. We have more people that are interested making characters, which, I mean, that's pretty much been the roadblock so far. I believe Nat has the miniatures and the map and the board and all that stuff. We're good to go on that side. We just need the people. So you have that to look forward to. Basically, scheduling for this is going to be on Thursdays pretty soon, Rifts Season 1 is going to be coming to an end. I would probably like to do a brief little recap stream at some point in time after we do that. Just to kind of, we've got a lot of people that watch now that were not watching when we first started, which is that's the definition of growth. And we really want you all to be a part of the wonderful stories that we are laying out here. But I know from personal experience that can be a little intimidating if you're coming into it in the middle. So keep your eyes peeled, your ears open, make sure you've clicked the bell on somewhere on the screen. There's a bell. Just find the bell and click that, because that's going to let you know when we go live. That way you won't miss it. You won't miss it. We do post all the VODs, so if you really want to, you can go back and watch every 2-hour stream from Rifts, from the first one we did last year to the one we did last week. Bell's under you. It's under me. Thank you. The bell right here. That bell. Thank you. But yeah. I'd love to do a little recap. We did a couple of them in the past. We'll probably do a little brief of everything from the beginning. It won't be as in-depth of a recap as we did before, because we just have so much content to sift through. Basically, I just want to set the stage for anyone new who's interested to continue watching the Rift stream, but doesn't want to have to catch up on 30, 40 some odd hours of content. I don't know how many. It's 2 hours a piece, once a week for a year. You do the math. I do math at work. I don't want to do it on my time off. But, so that is going to be done. The first season of Rifts. I mean, we keep saying in a couple of weeks. Sure, yeah, Atlas. If you feel like going through that content, you know how to DM us. You can give us those notes. I greatly appreciate it, because let me tell you, it's a lot of work to go back and watch your own content. You got to listen to your own voice, and it's just awkward. And I did find, though, that if you go to YouTube and you rewatch our content at 150 times the speed, one of the players who plays Rungus, when he laughs, it's the most joyous thing you've ever heard in your entire life. I recommend anyone who watches our Rifts content on YouTube, jack up that playback speed just a little bit. So post about the Rifts game on the Rifts Facebook page if you want. Yeah, definitely. I don't know the promotional side of the Facebook stuff is Nat. I don't Facebook very much. I'm mostly TikTok. Yeah. Well, we've almost got all of our players back. So I'll just keep on rambling here. Just for a few more minutes. So what was I trying to say? Oh, yes. I have this problem where I start saying something and then it moves to this thing, then this thing, then this thing. And before I know it, I have not said what I intended to say, and I'm so far removed from that topic that... But anyway, aliens. Rifts is going to be over, the season 1, where we will be coming back. And then we will be alternating weeks. So we will do Aliens 1 week, and then we'll be starting Star Wars. So we'll be doing Alien Star Wars until Aliens is finished, which we suspect at least 2-3 streams maybe, depending on how it goes. And then we're going to kick back into season 2 of Rifts. And we will continue that on and off schedule. 1 week we'll do Rifts, the next week we will do Star Wars, and the cast will stay the same. So if you've come to love the Thursday cast, do not fret. When we switch back and forth between Rifts and Star Wars, it's going to be the That's wonderful. Hold that thought because they did not hear you. I had a little piped in sound from my my good buddy Gurr over here telling me that we might have some other people in addition. So let's go ahead and kick back over to the old. There we go. Now they can hear you all.
Hey.
Hello.
And Aliens, actually, we have 8 players for that. So when we do that in between, it will be it'll be a big cast, at least to start with.
Yeah, the whole point of the Aliens, from my understanding, is it's more like survival horror. So think like Dark Souls tabletop. You're gonna die. You're gonna die.
I'm so excited for this.
I am very excited for it. And we'll be bringing in a bunch of the cast. So basically, the cast for that, it's as it seems, is going to be a lot of like a hodgepodge of cast members from the different streams. So we've got a couple people from our Star Trek stream that'll be there. We've got a couple people from our Wednesday stream here that'll be there. We got a people from the Thursday stream will be there. And maybe someone you've never seen. Maybe it'll be their debut on the Lords and Ladies of Fate. Be nice.
Ooh.
Be nice, because maybe if you're nice, we might have more content with this person in it in the future. I'll tease that, and that's all I will tease. I will also tease one thing too. I don't know the logistics of it. We just started kicking the idea around this week before the stream, but we might get a good old one shot here from someone over here on this end, on the Wednesday stream. Not me, because I'm not going to DM anything else. This is it. This is the only thing I'm DMing because, oh my goodness, it's a lot.
It's like the Frozen.
Well, that's awkward when
And then there's 2 of me on the screen.
stream doesn't cut out, but Skype does. So that's oh, beautiful. That not
Wait, I forgot the stream
supposed
open on
to
my phone, and
be
Nat
that
is in
way.
2 of the boxes.
Girl string, girl string, girl string.
that is
I just keep dancing until because everybody can see me everywhere.
That just means you have to RP for Q now. Have fun.
Oh dear.
I'm running.
Thank you so much for putting the pronouns in the layout, by the way. I do really appreciate that.
no, don't thank me. It's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. But just realized I didn't put him underneath for me. That's he him. But I'll get that in there. And I got this guy right here. Right here. He's just stressed from work.
Yeah.
We'll call him Frank. Yeah, Skype just decided to completely crap out.
It's
on
been a
me.
little
I
wishy-washy
don't-
tonight, to be honest.
It's
Yeah, it really has.
probably the storm. Because it's stormy in the UK as well, and you guys said when we were chatting before the stream that it was kind of, the weather was bad in America as well, so.
I got a little light rain, but it's been not much over here.
Hey, there we go. I think I fixed it.
I think you fixed
I
it.
got.
All right. We unfortunately are having an issue with getting Holly Hera back in here.
She probably best to shut all of it down and go back in.
Yeah, I don't know if she
Yeah.
can hear that. Let me send her a little message here.
For those of you at home who don't know, I'm non-binary. It's not a big deal. But you know, uh, I don't mind talking about it. So my pronouns are they, them. Some days I feel feminine, some days I feel a little bit masculine. But I stick to they, them. And yeah, if you guys have any questions during the break while we're doing technical difficulties, I don't mind answering them. But yeah.
Oh, well, Yes, please try to log out. All right, so let's go ahead and cut over to Sister Nova at this point. Since we don't have. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry if I may. But like right before we went on break, I rolled a persuasion to try convince Shortbeard that I can try and help him find the autographs.
Mm-hmm. You absolutely did. To give Jessie time to get back in, since she's part of that scene, we're gonna cut on over to Sister Nova, and then when we jump back over to your scene, that we'll pick it up right from that initial moment when you got a really good persuasion on that. So, all right. So, Sister Nova, you have made your way through the church into your quarters, and you find yourself, it's your typical, quarters for the temple, a little bit more, with a few more amenities. Like there's a good old bowl of fruit on your like little coffee table. Your bed is 4-poster bed with the
Wow.
the canopy and all that, and a wonderful giant armoire, and a wonderful desk for you to sit and write and read at. So you fling the door open and you throw yourself into your room, and
I think the first thing I do is I take my hair ribbon out and I tie it around the inside of the door handle and tie the other end to my desk, so no one can just open the door and see what I'm doing.
perfect. Okay.
So I've got my hair down, it's messy, and I'm going to open the 3 journals in a circle, and I'm going to speed read all of them, like read a page, read a page, read a page. And just try and just get through as much as I can and absorb as much information about these 3 paladins as humanly possible in as little time as possible.
All right. So, by speeding through as fast as you possibly can, you're not going to be absorbing all of it. At this point you're just looking for key pieces. I know you can speed read. That's one of your abilities. But in order to do it at the pace in which you were attempting to, with 3 different books going from like page to page to page to page to page to page, you can absolutely do that and get through all of them.
I just want to know if these books, basically what I'd like to do would have an informed opinion on whether or not these are the types of books that would go into the restricted section.
Perfect. Okay, so you're getting through them, and you're moving pretty fast through all of these books. It's like page, and you're just leafing through. The one that you already read the last entry in, it's the only one of the 3 that's incomplete. The other 2, now that you are now focusing on just those 2, you're absorbing a little bit more. One of them is more recent, and the other one is extremely old. Like, we're talking hundreds of years old. The newer one, one theme that you kind of pick up as you're going through this book is this just questioning of the church. And it seems like this journal is maybe a couple of years old. You would have been close to this person, like you would have known them, but you're looking at the name on the journal. It is not a name that you've ever recognized.
It's not a brother. It's not a brother Moon. It's not a brother Crescent or a sister Nova or a father Moon or a mother Star.
Correct. Yeah, this is someone that you like, a name that you have never heard of. And the fact that it was a journal that was completed a couple of years ago, to you it feels like it's definitely someone that you should have known. And as you are getting closer and closer towards the back end of this person's journal in particular, you're noticing the questioning of the church getting more and more direct, more and more just questioning of the practices, what they're doing with the magical knowledge or magical items, how they are in cahoots with the leaders of the triumvirate to mop up all of these magical items. And you get to the very end, and the last journal entry pretty much sums up as this paladin had no intention of returning to the church. They completed this journal and decided to leave and never come back. And you've never in your time here heard of any of the brothers or sisters ever leaving the church.
And the paladin gave themselves a name, presumably.
So yes, you're looking through. So towards the end of the book, as it keeps going through, you notice references to this person, and they start using this name. Which, if anyone in chat has a name that they'd like to throw out there for this paladin in question, I am 100% up to taking your wonderful suggestions. If not, I'm just going to go ahead and go with whatever random name comes out of this generator, because that's what I usually do. So I'll give the chat like a good couple of seconds here to kind of
Core Oten, Justin McJustice.
We'll go with Core Oten. I like that. That's nice. So let's go ahead and we'll go with that.
Core Oten. And is there any reference to what race this paladin was?
The core does not make any mention as to what their race is or anything like that. You just realize, you just notice as you're going through, at a certain point, he stops referring to himself by the moniker that was given to him by the church and starts referring to him as Core Oten. And then, the discussions between himself pretty much about what he wants to do in the church, whether he wants to stay or leave. And you could see it was very conflicted thought process for him to throw away pretty much his entire life. But that is literally where he ended up leaning towards.
So, what was the issue that Core Oten had with the church?
So as you're going through now, like deliberately scanning through for these issues now, you're picking them out. You're picking out, according to Core, he believes that it's never been the church's position to use this magical knowledge for the benefit of the people. He feels, and like everything in here is pretty much to you secondhand information. Like there's no like hardcore evidence in this book, but he's speculating that the goal of the church is to keep the knowledge, and whether it's to keep it for the people in power or to keep it for some other nefarious goal, or even if it's just to keep it for a good reason. It did not sit right with him.
Kind of a wave of anxiousness washes over Sister Nova because these are the same sort of questions that she has been asking.
Mm-hmm.
Like why hasn't the church been including why isn't education for everyone, Hello?
Hello.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just trying to figure out what was going on with Jessie over here. She's having that difficulty. There we go. Hey!
Hey!
Don't worry, we just cut to the other scene. So that way you wouldn't miss anything.
No, thank you.
You're welcome. So yeah, let's get back to it.
So the three Paladin books are Core Oten, the ancient Paladin that probably had a very stereotypical journey, and the one about the temple and in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there any additional information about the temple that I find?
You're backtracking from that last entry, and you see that the paladin was dispatched to the Kadar Desert, basically to search these temples, because they litter the landscape in the desert, and he ended up getting a message from the ruler of the Ven Triumvirate that he was to go to this temple that's in the southern parts of the Kadhar Desert, and attempt to magically unlock it, because it was rumored that very powerful magical items were stored within. The temple didn't really have a name, because a lot of these temples, especially the ones that are halfway buried under the sand and whatnot, a lot of people didn't find a need to name them, because there was that's just the thing that's in the desert. That's that thing that's buried in the sand. Some of them that have been explored end up getting named, but this one didn't get named. But you do know that it is pretty much south of the oasis, the temple that he was sent to. And it was supposedly buried for a long time, but the Dragonborn had finally just now unburied it enough that they thought they could try getting into it.
Okay. A lot of alarm bells are going off in Sister Nova's head because this paladin didn't come back, so one can only assume that they died there.
That would be a very fair assumption. Actually, you continue going further back in the book, and there is a journal entry that is pretty much right before this paladin made its way into the Kadhar Desert, and him and his adventuring party found a group of highwaymen, and they fought the highwaymen, and one of them escaped. And you can see in the journal, the paladin mentions this highwayman escaped, and he very much felt bad that he escaped because the justice wasn't done. Hey, we're all here now. Uh-oh, did I lose people again? It's about to
Hello?
happen. Oh,
Sorry, I'm so sorry. It just booted me.
it happens.
Yeah. Sorry, the justice wasn't done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That kind of confuses Sister Nova a little bit, because obviously justice is important, but justice isn't really like a value of the church. It's more curiosity and whatnot. So like curiosity and knowledge. So like a normal paladin would be considered justice, but like I don't know, that kind of throws Sister Nova a little bit. Because obviously she cares about justice, but like that's kind of an idea that she's been told to that's been belittled somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not in like a sinister way, just in like a but we're more like researchers, it's kind of morally gray, I guess. But yeah. I guess Sister Nova decides to put the journal about the guy who was questioning the church and the journal about the desert back in her messenger bag, and she just returns the third journal, which was just about an average, just run of the mill journey where they probably learn about plants.
Now it definitely does. Roll. I guess would this be history or lore? Roll. Roll perception. We'll make this perception. Okay, so you're piecing something together though with that old journal. It's a complete journal. You know that when a journal is completed, it's completed and given to whoever the Holy Eclipse would be at the time to be put in the library. It makes sense that the other journal about the guy who was questioning the church didn't make its way there because he left. He finished his journal on his own time, closed it up, and it made its way to that bookseller for whatever reason. This one, though, because it was a completed journal, had to have been completed, given to a Holy Eclipse, and put in the library. So this book was originally in the library. How it made its way to the that bookseller, that's that kind of like question that you start having yourself as you're walking back to return this book.
I think I turn on my heel and I consider going to the Holy Eclipse's office.
Okay.
To see if he's there, to like ask him about this journal in particular, but keep the other two I found secret. Because, this is a perfectly reasonable journal.
There wasn't anything in it that really kind of like stood out to you. It was like if
No.
someone was stealing stuff from the library, they just kind of like, oh, take that one. I don't care, whatever.
Yeah. This feels like the equivalent of a 12-year-old stealing lipstick from the drugstore, you know?
You just grabbed. Doesn't even know what they're gonna do with it. They just grabbed it.
Yeah. You just take it, you know?
So you turn on your heels and you start making your way towards the Holy Eclipse's office. At that, let's cut back outside to the group talking with our wonderful friend Shortbeard, and Shortbeard looks at you, Quentin, and says, "Nar, look, if you be having a way to know where Nargrax is, maybe." Or maybe you should just let me know.
Or payment before services rendered. How you decide to run your business, how you decide I decide to run mine. Neither here nor there.
I mean, it is
Just
here.
say I can, with the flick of a wrist, at very least, be able to hear your best friend's thoughts.
Wonderful. So,
What?
You're looking at Shortbeard, and he kind of sits there and contemplates for a moment. So I drive a hard bargain. Here's 25 gold. Just point me in the right direction.
All right. Well, pardon me for a minute. I'm gonna go find myself, or Q's gonna go find himself a nice dark little corner, and again under his robe, wave his wand of scry, and thinking of Nargrax.
Yeah, you can forego your sleight of hand check for this one because you are already secluded in this alleyway. There's nobody walking by at the point in time. So you cast Scry, thinking of Nargarax, and you see like a tinge of blue. Everything's got this like light blue tint to it, and you suddenly feel like very cold, very very cold. Everything's kind of blurry, and things are slowly starting to go into focus, and you see you're in this almost like a dungeon kind of a setting. Everything kind of like you can hear the slow dripping of water, and you can just feel the mustiness of the air, and you see this frozen block of ice, and inside of it you can see this dragonborn with this pained look on his face, and that's all you see.
Oh, hey, Shortbeard. I don't suppose Nargrax owed any ice mages some money?
I don't believe he owed anyone anything. He was an upstanding person. Always paid his debts.
He's quite upstanding right now. I don't know exactly where he is. He is in a dungeon of sorts, encased in a block of ice, and he looked rather uncomfortable. It was, kind of a funny looking face, but sad at the same time. It's horror tragic, or humor tragic. I don't know.
Shortbeard kind of looks at you and says, "This is very troubling." Well,
seems you have yourself a new mission.
That I do. Well, you lot know where you're off to. I have to call in some favors.
Shortbeard,
Good luck with that.
And he turns around and looks at you, Gray, and goes, "Aye,
Can we walk?
aye, sure. Come on, let's start walking towards out of." So he starts walking out of the alleyway, and you kind of like rush up to get to him, and you guys turn the corner before the rest of the group starts to make their way out of the alleyway. So you guys are both alone.
Um, I just wanted to let you know that Nardog sent me a telepathic message, and he told me not to trust the king. I sent him a fast asking him a lot of very detailed questions that would have given us all the information, but he has not responded. So I figured you should have that information. No one else in the crew knows, but I figured you should have that since he's so close to you.
The Shortbeard looks at you and goes, "He did a sending and sent you a message?
Yes.
And you said that he said not to trust the king. His words."
Yes. Yes.
This gets more troubling by the hour. All right.
If I
Listen.
had to guess,
If you had to guess, go ahead.
in the dungeons in the castle with the king.
So Shortbeard looks at you and goes, "Aye, well, listen, best not to be talking about this, not just in the king stuff. Until we know more, I'm going to, like I said, call in some favors, figure out what I need to figure out, see if I can't get to the bottom of what happened to Nardrax and where he is. And if there is something off with the king, it's best not to arouse any suspicions. You all should go about your business. Go on this journey. Do the task. But,
You sure you don't need any help here?
well, I mean, I could use some help, but,
We've made friends with the Chosen One. Do you think she could be any help to you?
I think she'd be more helpful for you.
Okay.
The king doesn't, really care for her too much. He's got the whole not liking, things that aren't humans or elves or dwarves.
Gotcha.
But, listen, I'm going to tread very carefully. When the mission is completed, don't go directly to the king. Come to me. We'll figure this out together. And, best of luck to you all. And then at that, he just turns around and books it.
You mean we gotta come back?
Well, if you want to get paid. So at that, everybody else kind of finally makes their way out of the alley. And we will cut back to Sister Nova, who is standing at the door, the closed door to the Holy Eclipse's office.
I think she's just kind of like going to knock, but then like taking a hand away, and then going to knock again, and then taking a hand away. And then she kind of does a little slight tap, but then takes it away again. And she's just kind of like stammering about whether or not she should.
And as your fist is getting ready to go up to the door again, in what may or may not be a knock, the door opens and there's the Holy Eclipse standing there. It says, "Ah, yes, Sister Nova, my child. What brings you to see me? I figured you would be on your mission already."
I have made a discovery. Could I please speak with you in your office?
"Absolutely. You know I only ever have time for you, my child." And he ushers you in and points towards the chair in front of his desk, and he goes behind and sits down.
I pull out the journal. Well, no, I don't pull out because I'm already holding it. I found this journal just in town?
He has a very puzzled look on his face when you say that.
It's very old. It's centuries old. I've read through it. There's nothing scandalous in it. And I don't know how it got out into the street. And for a journal like this to have left the library, I don't understand how that could happen. There's nothing wrong with this journal. It's just about nature.
So, the Holy Eclipse, still with that kind of puzzled look on his face, reaches his hand across the table as if he's reaching for you to hand him the journal.
Sister Nova gives it to him because, there's nothing wrong with this journal.
Mm-hmm. He looks at it and says, curious. Yes, my child, you did the right thing by bringing this back. Oh, this is very old, centuries.
Yeah.
Maybe even 1,000 years old almost. This is maybe one of the first journals that we had. And he looks through and he goes, as to how it made its way outside of the library, and he slams the book shut and sits down in front of him. As you know, the Library of Midnight is protected by a maze of lavender glass. It wasn't always there. We had to install the lavender glass to protect these works, these journals, and other manners of magics, because in the early days of the church, we did have to contend with thieves and pillagers, even a few rogue members of the church.
But if we had made the information the church has available to everyone, then there wouldn't be any thieves because it would just be readily available.
So, my child, you will soon understand one day soon, I'm sure. But
no, I don't think I will understand. Sister Nova's getting a little bit rebellious.
Her new friends are rubbing off on her.
Yeah, and she's read this
Like
whole
devour.
diary entry thing, and she's kind of taken it a little bit to heart. I mean, what possible reason is there to deny the needy of this life-saving knowledge? What possible reason could we have for that?
And at that, the Holy Eclipse looks rather pointedly at you and directly says, and I guess it's your decision what information is life-saving for individuals?
It's individuals' choice for what is life-saving for that particular individual. And we are denying those individuals that choice, which is the founding belief of the church.
Woo!
So he looks at you and says, now listen, Sister Nova. We've given you a life here. A very profound one. You are Skepta's gift to the church and the people. And when it comes time, if it's your decision that people should have this knowledge, then you'll get to make that decision. But unfortunately now, as much of the chosen one as you are still just a sister of the church. You have much to learn before your decisions can shape the way this church works and runs, and how we benefit the people. Now, I will hear no more of this. If you wish to discuss this after your first journey, we shall make some time when you come back, maybe once you've gotten a little bit of world experience under you. But for now, I have had enough of this conversation. And he stands up and goes,
That's if I come back.
Damn.
You say this directly to the Holy Eclipse?
Oh no. Do I want to die?
Oh, I was on mute. Do it.
Do it.
Oh, Sister Nova's like furious right now. Like,
Get with Anakin. He's too dangerous to be left alive. Do it.
I am the avatar of Skepta, and you will treat my word with respect. I am tired of you constantly speaking down to me when, although I am a sister, I am your equal, as is everyone in your church. In this church, everyone is equal. That's the point. Despite whether they're a sister, a mother, a brother, or a father, all are equal in the library. You are not above anyone. You are not below anyone. I am the voice of Skepta, and you will listen to what I have to say. I'm pulling rank.
And you could tell before you went on that tirade, he was about to usher you out of his office. Like, he stood up about to say, and now you may see yourself out, but you threw all this at him, and he just kind of is standing there, almost like he doesn't know what to say or how to react to that. Most people don't stand up to the Holy Eclipse, especially he's not used to this kind of behavior from you. Maybe little questions here or there as you were growing, but definitely nothing this serious. He takes a deep breath. You are correct in that you are the voice of Skepta, as we see it. It does not mean that you can upend hundreds of years of this church's service. Now,
Who's the church serving?
Oh my god.
To whom? To whom? Isn't the world our friend?
the world, our friend,
Yes.
Sister Nova. And he sits back down. People can be your friend. Absolutely. The world at large is filled to the brim with evil and atrocity, and people who would want nothing more than to further that. And they would use this knowledge and this power that we hold to that end.
Who is Core Oten?
Why, I've never heard that name before. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Is that perception or insight?
Oh, no, thank you. That's 100% insight.
All right. Well.
Yeah. It sounds believable. As far as you know, like the Holy Eclipse could have never known that this person gave himself that name. But yeah, you definitely don't glean anything from his actions or his words. says, I've never heard that name before. Why?
I came across it in some reading. And this book in particular raised some questions about the church. Questions that I have been asking for years in a more serious way. Well, in the book, they were asking in a more serious way. And yeah.
Holy Eclipse just kind of looks at you and goes, I would very much like to...
Hello?
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 Can you hear us?
Hi, sorry.
It's Skype.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
It's Skype.
I'm so sorry.
Skype's being crazy. You're good. The Holy Eclipse looks at you and goes, I would be very interested in this reading that you have found that talks ill of the church. And you would so blindly read this propaganda against us? You've spent your whole life here with us. We've saved you.
Well, it was a paladin journal.
Also,
So, of course, I read it. I've read every paladin journal.
And the Holy Eclipse looks at you and goes, I thought we've had this discussion about the Library of Midnight's restricted section.
No, this wasn't in the restricted section.
And where is this Paladin's journal that speaks ill of the church?
I will give it to you when I return from the quest. And I leave.
And you hear him getting ready to like stop, but he kind of stop you, but he kind of stifles himself. Like he realizes that at this point there's no way for him to win this conversation, so it's best to just kind of let you go and figure out how to deal with it later. But yeah, so you
mad.
You storm out of his office and you make your way. What do you want to do? Did you want to go back to your room, or did you want to go back out and see if the group was still outside?
I should probably go see if the group's still outside.
Perfect. So you exit the temple pretty much at the same time as the rest of the group here has finished up their meeting with Shortbeard. Shortbeard has already run off after his little private conversation with Gray.
more of a,
Hmm?
more of a scare.
It was a little bit of a scamper. Yeah, I could see that. And
I
you see the group kind of coalescing.
storm down the steps. I storm down the steps, and my hair's still messy because I left my hair ribbon in my room. So it's completely down and all scruffy and stuff. And I'm just like fucking marching down the steps in like a huff, in a full-on huff. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're perfect. So that's basically where we're at. So you all notice Sister Nova storming down the steps, and she is quite obviously not her happy, bubbly self that she usually is.
Hey, sis, what's up? You good?
Well, the journals weren't what I thought they were gonna be, and we should go. I think we should go to this desert.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of answers in this desert, and
Wonder.
one of the journals was about the church, and I confronted the Holy Eclipse about the criticisms of the church.
Well, I wonder if while we're lying around here there might be a cave in the desert we can go explore for answers.
Oh, I actually have a book on that, and I pull it out of my bag and I give it to Gray.
Did you say cave? Sorry.
No, rave. He said
Monster
rave.
cave.
I think I have that. No, I'm just kidding.
Rave? I said rave. I get it. This is. Oh sweet, a book. Not much of a reader.
Oh,
Came up as a servant, half orc. You know, I play a sly game, but I'm pretty dumb. Can you give me the Cliff Notes version of this
oh,
freedom
T-
scribe?
I can teach you how to read if you want.
Yeah, this journey sounds like it might be kind of long. So, like, you know, if you want
Yeah,
to,
okay.
or whatever, we can learn it. Boy,
Yeah, cool. Well, basically, there was this paladin, and they were sent to the temple to retrieve a magical item like 30 years ago, but they never returned. But they were also, there's also bandits in the area as well.
Bandits.
Yeah.
Huh.
The party they were with managed to kill all but one of the bandits. One of the bandits got away, and so maybe they were killed by the last bandit. Maybe they were killed by whatever was in the cave. Who knows?
there is a cave.
There's always a cave.
So there's a desert, there's a cave, and there's answers. And I wonder what lies inside.
Is that a cave of wonders joke?
not a joke? You know, just you feel a thing from what I said.
Are you in the rough?
What?
Diamond in the rough.
No. What? Yeah.
By the carpet.
nothing but the lamp. Okay. Anyway.
Like not a hat. I very much feel like my dad, my like papa, right? That took me in. That was like the
Orphan.
yeah, like the guy that was also an orphan, who was a lot like me, who like was like an advisor in the court of the king. That of the town we're gonna go to. Like I really feel like he had a Jafar vibe. Okay, so we're talking about a desert and a cave, and I'm like. Like, and he was a sorcerer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to kept throwing out those subliminal messages.
I'm just gonna write Jafar vibe, and you know, like I have Middle Eastern blood, so I can get away with playing a Jafar. You know, it won't be a stretch. It'll be great.
Okay, there's a disclaimer when you go to play Aladdin now on the Disney Channel. It says, "We're sorry." We're so sorry. Like it said, but it plays the movie anyway, so you know, like, yeah.
Movies and media and stuff like that just need to be viewed through the lens that they were, the time that they were made in.
To some extent, yeah. Alice! Sorry, Alice is throwing in the chat.
All right, so yeah, you all are kind of standing in the middle of the road here. It's probably, you know, past midday at this point. It's closer to 1.
Should we go to like a cafe and get lunch or something?
Oh. Yes. Oh. Yes. 2 different people.
Figure out what we're doing, and then we gotta go pick up our licenses in a little bit.
Oh yeah. Also, guys, I don't know if Q, can you help me put together a plan to sabotage this gnome? I feel like I need you, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
You had me at sabotage. Let's
Yeah.
do it.
This is great. This is great. This is bonding. My player characters are bonding. I mean,
Yeah.
over trying to harass someone they've never met before, but hey.
Like our whole
They're
thing.
not battling one another still.
If there's one thing you can trust Q for, if there's an opportunity to create chaos, he will gladly participate.
I just really need to sing Eyeglass. And also, me and Q need to stop being at each other's throats constantly. It's divine. Right? Right?
Yeah. I want a Savarage gnome.
I think Sister Nova's gonna stop caring about putting her halo away. She's just
Okay.
not gonna do it. She's just gonna keep it out, and if they don't like it, they don't like it.
I like it. What you're going for here.
She's like very upsetty spaghetti right now.
Hey, Nova, do they make those things in different colors? It's kind of cool, but I kind of want one, but I kind of want it in red.
Oh, well, I'm kind of born with it, but I think I could change the color of my halo at will, can't I? Right? Because isn't it just the light cantrip?
I believe so, yeah.
So, like, can I choose what color it is?
Sure, you can have it go from one color to another to another to another. You can fade it in between like a whole palette if you wanted.
Yeah.
Your
So
your Halo's gonna be RGB overpowered.
So I'm just like, like, kind of like strobing all of the colors on my halo.
For sure. Light sense. We should put up a light sensitivity warning.
Oh, yeah.
I like Hey Cafe. I think Hey Cafe is pretty dope. And they could be like horses in the back and like a barn.
Oh my god. And all of, like, all the staff are dressed as horses?
Yeah, maybe we.
Oh, wait, no, they're centaurs.
Well, no, they're not centaurs because they wouldn't like the centaurs here in the city.
Oh, wait, yeah.
But
Maybe it's cosplay.
they do dress at the Hay Cafe. They do dress like horses, but they have like the 2-person horse costumes. So one person's the back and the other person's the front. So every table gets two waiters.
And they're
Oh,
not
wow.
on roller skates.
Whoa, I can.
You also.
Hey there, welcome to the Hay Cafe. Why such the long face?
Can we rent transport from this cafe? Listen, this is all happening right now. This is what's happening. I'm into this.
Oh yeah, I've already decided that you guys, you're all walking towards the food areas. You could follow the smells. You all are starting to get a little hungry, and then right as you get in, you see the Hay Cafe, and it's got this wonderful picture of a horse on the sign, and it's painted beautifully. You look inside, you see all these people in horse costumes clopping around. Everybody seems like they're having a good time.
I love.
You walk in, and the host greets you by saying, "Welcome to our favorite neighborhood cafe."
Yeah. It's so bad.
I love it.
Rein it in, buddy.
Yeah, rein it in.
I'm here for nothing else ever again.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and before we get into a whole lot more, we're gonna go ahead and say that you all kind of get your table. You sit down, you all order your food, you're eating, you're having a good time. Sister Nova, you're finally starting to kind of like loosen up a little bit more after that tense situation that you had back in the church.
Or a mimosa.
She's just
Right.
sipping like an extra large Lucky Shake. Lucky Sushi.
Uh,
Yes.
Yes, Q.
He's
Delicious.
Q is having a technical problem. Can we?
Hubert.
there we go.
Cuberly.
Cuberly. Cuberly's awesome.
Wait.
Makes me think.
Recognizing
All of my children, Cuberly. All of them.
recognizing the foul mood that Sister Nova's in, and seeing that I can maybe partially contribute to it turning destructive, I'm going to go to the bar, buy shots for everyone in the crew, including myself.
Are we at a cafe? Do they even sell shots here?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. This town likes to party. They like to live it up.
They
Okay.
can't have magic. They can at least have alcohol.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yup.
Right. And that's where we're gonna go ahead before we get too far into anything else. We're gonna go ahead and stop there, and I'm gonna pick up next week with your Constitution checks to see how everybody's gonna hold their liquor.
Can I at least get the toast out?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and do the toast. Go ahead and get the
I'm
toast.
gonna hold up the glasses to everyone. To Nova, telling off that holy jackass.
Yeah, donkeys suck. Horses are cool.
I'm gonna be excommunicated.
Cheers.
Don't think about that right now. Enjoy.
Your server clops over and he goes, "Oh, something about this table seems unstable."
I'm not
Oh,
Sister
tipping.
Nova cries.
I'm not
Like,
tipping.
actually cries. She's just like slumped.
People. Welcome and good night.
You protest the integrity of the table. No, it seems okay.
Kira's like, "Oh, it's
Like,
fine."
Mascara is just fully like cartoonishly like.
Guys, I think this waiter came over to stir up some trouble.
Oh my god.
Stir up.
Really good.
Hey now, let's not trot too far.
Oh.
And we've never been watched again. Like, this was it.
Oh
The
boy.
last Atlas retired. Atlas already quit. Unsubscribed. We're done.
I don't understand people's hatred for bad puns. I find
It's a nightmare.
I love them so much.
Oh, man. We're really painting a picture.
Hey.
I don't get that one.
It's a horse. A paint is a type of horse. Sorry.
That's stupid.
It's only if you really, like, it's a deep cut. If you really get horses. Then, no.
I unfortunately had a horse phase at one point.
A horse face?
You know, like horse girls.
Horse phase, not a face. Phase.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the fuck? No, yeah, your face. Okay. Oh, horse face.
Yeah, like posters
Yeah.
of horses on the walls and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not like a mask of a horse.
Okay.
No. I was like really into horses at one point, but you know, I grew out of it.
Let us know in the comments if you too were a fan of horses growing up.
Were you a horse person or were you a wolf person?
Ooh.
That's an option?
Is that really an either or though? Like, are we?
I was your stereotypical dino dude. Literally, I could not
no.
get
We're-
enough dinosaur stuff when I was
We're
younger.
a gazelle guy. Let's be honest.
A what?
A gazelle guy.
Gazelle. Well, man, let me tell you about those gazelles. They're everywhere.
Oh,
Now that's something that takes me back because I haven't thought about those gazelles in a long time.
mm,
Welcome back, friend.
Yeah.
Don't think about no gazelles.
We don't need roads.
I like narwhals. Narwhals are cool.
I mean, I also had like a squirrel phase.
Squirrels are cool.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
was
I
just-
still stand by squirrels. I do not stand by horses still.
I said Horses are dope.
Yeah.
I mean, horses are cool, but they're
You
not
found
as cool as squirrels. Like, if I had to choose.
I don't agree. Squirrels are tree rats, and rats are smart. And that's
What?
cool.
No, how dare you?
They're just rats in trees.
Hey,
That's
you
all they
listen
are.
to
No,
me,
rats,
Jeffrey.
there's nothing wrong with rats.
Yeah, rats are rats. Squirrels are cool, and Jeffrey is the best biomechanical squirrel in all of tabletop game playing. That's right. My character on Thursdays has a pet that's a biomechanical squirrel that has active camouflage. He can record audio and visuals. He has teeth that can cut almost anything, and he has the ability to find nuts anywhere.
Who approves?
That's wonderful.
Who approved this? Nat literally said, "Okay, what are the like 5 things you want your squirrel to do?" And that's what I said. I said, "If any of this is too much, you just let me know. I want this, and this." And he said, "Okay."
It sounds
don't
like
say
one of
no.
the appliances we were trying to sell, like in that game. Was just
But wait, there's more.
yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, that ended strong. I think I was getting ready to cut it off before all of that. So thank you,
For the
Good
horse
Devil,
puns.
for forcing forcing the shots and the horse puns. I mean, you're gonna get them regardless now at this point.
They just. Oh, I had one. I lost it. Never mind.
Just want to be the centaur of attention.
You were waiting for that one, weren't you?
I wasn't going to do it.
Most men can find nuts anywhere. Atlas, you know what? That actually, I was having a conversation with my mother, and my son was present, and we were talking about how I said I thought it was weird that at an early age they tell women to check your breasts for lumps, for cancer. It's early screening, if you catch it early enough, it's not as big of an issue as if you let it go. But they don't tell boys to do the other side of that. And then it dawned on me, they don't have to, because most boys are just down there all the time. And my son thought that was hilarious because he's 12 and immature.
And
It's
then
getting them to keep their hands off it that's the trouble.
there's a bunch of 30 and 40-year-old men now laughing because we're mature.
Yeah, a bunch of 30 and 40-year-old men that are on the borderline of having to get the old.
Have you guys not done that? I've done that. I've done that twice.
I don't.
Check your nuts for lumps.
Yeah, I'm good.
No.
I'm
I'm talking about the old.
Process.
Yeah. This has gotten to a weird place. We really need to find.
Yeah.
We need to find a raid. We need to get that started.
Right.
Let's end this as soon as possible.
Like we're
I've
I hope
been-
you're doing all the really terrible puns.
what?
Before
I'm not
we
talking-
Yes, Atlas, I know that we are continually spiraling further and further into some awful stuff here. What else?
How about a exam? Okay, it's normal, it's natural, it's important, it's part of your health. Looking cute.
Did you see the TikTok? Did you see the TikTok where it's one guy playing both parts as he cuts from one thing to the next, and the first thing he starts saying is, "All right, now puts on gloves. He's a doctor. He's like, okay, now just remember for this prostate exam, don't get an erection. Don't get an erection. Don't get an erection." And the guy turns around and he goes, "Oh, I've heard that's a possibility. But honestly, I'm so nervous. I don't think that's a possibility." And the doctor goes, "Oh, that wasn't for you." And I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah, I think the idea of, you know what? I don't want to go into that.
And that's it. Oh my God.
Yep. We're gonna raid now. We're gonna raid Salatos.
Okay, hey, so we're raiding Salatos. Remember, same thing I say all the time. You represent us, the Lords and Ladies of Fate. So when you're out there, don't be a dick. Actually, it's Salatos. Go out there into his chat. Be a dick. I don't care. And then I hope he's also listening to this so that he heard he heard me say that. And We're gonna go ahead and close out with
Bard.
the normal way that we always close it out, and we never change it. It's the same thing every single time, where we all say the same catchphrase for Lords and Ladies of Fate for the Dungeons and Dragons at the same time in unison. Come on, let's do it. Roll on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Guy McBurger.
That's for
You got some work to do
Yeah, sure.
now.
Healthy.
Let's go raid salad toss. And make it
Prostate check.